Hi students, take a look at the problem here. Find the inverse Fourier sine transform of f of x of fs of p is equal to e power minus ap by p, and hence deduce fs inverse of 1 by p, and given fs of p is equal to e power minus ap by p, and hence deduce fs inverse of 1 by p. Okay, and is given Fourier sine transform of some function is given. Okay, Fourier sine transform of some function, that is fs of f of x is equal to, is given as e power minus ap by p, then asking to find what is f of x. Okay, so now it's clearly given in the problem. Find the inverse Fourier sine transform f of x. Okay, so we have to use the inverse Fourier sine transform formula, okay, in this problem. So now take a look at here. Given Fourier sine transform of f of x is fs of p is equal to e power minus ap by p. Let it 1. Now from the inverse Fourier sine transform we have, this is the formula, we already know that f of x is equal to 2 by pi integral 0 to infinity fs of p into sine px dp. Now we have to find this f of x, okay, and it is given in the problem fs of p is equal to e power minus ap by p into sine px dp. So in order to integrate this one, okay, as this is with respect to p, here you can observe there are e power minus ap and 1 by p and sine px. So in these cases integrating this one is quite difficult. So in this case we can use the differentiation under the integral sign concept, that is with respect to the parameter here now we consider as x. Okay, since we are integrating with respect to p, here the parameter considered as x. Now by just differentiating on both sides with respect to x, we can simplify and we can solve this integral. Okay, so for that I am differentiating both sides with respect to the parameter x here. We get, I can see the df by dx is equal to 2 by pi into integral 0 to infinity e power minus ap by p into rho by dou x of sine px dp. So the derivative of sine px with respect to x, remember here with respect to x, so that is cos px into p. Okay, that is cos px into p. See here, the derivative of dou by dou x of sine px, that is a dou by dou x of sine px is cos px into p. So p get cancelled now. Okay, now you can observe this is a 2 by pi into integral 0 to infinity in e power minus ap into cos px dp. Okay, so now the integration we can use the formula. This is of the form e power ax into cos bx dx. In that form, here with respect to p, no, here e power minus ap into cos px dp. So now this is the formula we use. This is the formula we use. Integral e power x into cos bx dx is equal to e power x by a square plus b square a cos bx plus b sin bx plus c. Now you can observe here a, in place of a what we have minus a, and in place of b what we have x. Remember that just a comparison is very important with respect to what variable we are integrating. That is also very important in this. Okay, so here a is equal to minus a and b is equal to x. So applying this formula here, e power minus ap by a square plus x square into minus a cos px plus x into sin px from the limit 0 to infinity. Okay, from the limit 0 to infinity. So now apply the upper limit here, e power minus infinity, that is 0, and minus of the lower limit e power 0 1 by a square plus x square into minus a cos 0 is 1. Okay, sin 0 is 0. So there you will get 1 minus of 1 by a square plus x square into minus a plus 0. There we will having df by dx is equal to 2a by pi into 1 by a square plus x square. Now this can be solvable. From this, this is we got in the ordinary differential form. Now just we can integrate this, we can get what is f of x. Okay, integrating we get, so there in the, let's say f of x is equal to 2a by pi integral 1 by a square plus x square dx. We know the formula 1 by a square plus x square dx is 1 by a tan inverse x by a plus c. So that a get cancelled here. Okay, a get cancelled. Now f of x is equal to 2 by pi tan inverse x by a plus c. So here this is f of x, but we have to find what is c in this. So put x is equal to 0. To find the c, we try to put x is equal to 0 in this equation number 4. Put x is equal to 0 in 4, we get, so there you will get f of 0 on the LHS, and here tan inverse 0 is 0 plus c. So now here what is f of 0? Okay, but we know that what is f of x. Okay, from equation 2, okay, from equation 2 we already know what is f of x. Just putting in place of x 0, there we are getting f of 0 is 0. Okay, observe from the equation 2, there you are getting f of 0 as 0. So now there from here f of 0 is 0, so this is equal to 0 plus c. So therefore c is equal to 0. The c value is 0. Now substituting in 4, there you will get substituting in 4 the c value. This is in this. So therefore f of x is equal to 2 by pi tan inverse x by a. So which is the required inverse Fourier sine transform? Okay, which is the required inverse Fourier sine transform. Now there is a deduction is given. So deduction here. Now what exactly we have? F of x is equal to fs inverse of e power minus ap by p we have. Okay, so here this is f of x is nothing but fs inverse of e power minus ap by, here this is fs inverse of e power minus ap by p. This is what we have. Okay, now they are asking for an fs inverse of 1 by p. So now from this, how can I get this 1 by p? Just by putting a is equal to 0 in this. Okay, by putting a is equal to 0 in this equation number 6. So that's what I'm doing. Putting a is equal to 0 in 6, we get fs inverse of 1 by p. Okay, what is fs inverse of 1 by p here? This is 2 by pi into tan inverse x by a. So putting a is equal to 0, the tan inverse infinity I get. So 2 by pi into tan inverse infinity is pi by 2. So therefore the f of x is equal to 1. That is f is inverse of inverse Fourier sine transform of 1 by p is equal to 1. Okay, so I hope you understand. Thank you.